Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fallaciously Speaking, the podcast where we help you think smarter, work better, and succeed faster. I'm Paulie, and today we're diving into a topic that's sneaky, fun, and super important: logical fallacies. Have you ever sat in a meeting and thought, that sounds convincing, but why does it also sound off? Chances are you've run into a fallacy. These pesky reasoning errors can derail decisions, confuse communication, and, let's be honest, sometimes make you want to flip a table. Today, we'll cover three things: the two main types of fallacies, formal and informal, and why recognizing them is a business's superpower, and a tool called the Fallacy Filter to help you outsmart these sneaky traps. Let's dive in. First up, formal fallacies. These are structural errors in logic, kind of like a house built on quicksand. It might look okay at first, but give it a nudge and the whole thing collapses. Here's an example. If it rains, the ground will be wet. The ground is wet, so it must have rained. Sounds reasonable, right? But wait, what about sprinklers? Or maybe someone dropped a giant bottle of water. This is called affirming the consequent. The flaw? It assumes only one possible explanation for the result. Here's another. If you are a cat, you are a mammal. You're not a cat, so you're not a mammal. Wait, what? That's like saying, if you're not Spider-Man, you can't be a superhero. Clearly flawed. This one's called denying the antecedent. It fails because the structure just doesn't work. Now, for informal fallacies: flawed reasoning, not flawed structure. Take ad hominem. Instead of addressing the argument, it goes straight for the person. You can't trust his business advice, he still uses a flip phone. Okay, maybe his phone is outdated, but that doesn't mean his advice is wrong. Then there's the straw man fallacy, where someone misrepresents your argument to make it easier to attack. You think we should limit sugar in school lunches? Oh, so you just want kids to starve now? Nope, not even close. But hey, it's easier to argue against a fake point, isn't it? These fallacies aren't just annoying, they're everywhere, and in business they can be dangerous. Let's talk about why. First, spotting fallacies improves critical thinking. Imagine you're in a budget meeting and someone says, if we don't cut this expense, we'll go bankrupt. That's a slippery slope fallacy. It's like saying, if I eat one cookie, I'll end up eating 50 and wreck my diet forever. Sure, it's possible, but is it likely? Second, avoiding fallacies makes you more credible. When your arguments are clear, logical, and free of nonsense, people are more likely to trust you. It's the difference between saying, here's a solid plan to increase revenue by 10%, and saying, we'll make more money if we all just hope hard enough. Finally, recognizing fallacies helps resolve conflicts. Let's say a heated team debate turns into an ad hominem free for all. Oh, of course you think that. You're always late to meetings. Pointing out the fallacy brings the focus back to the issue at hand instead of letting it spiral into a roast session. Fallacies are like potholes on the road to success. Spotting and avoiding them keeps your journey smooth. Now for my favorite part, the fallacy filter. It's a simple tool to help you identify and correct flawed arguments. Here's how it works. Pause and identify. Ask yourself, does this argument contain a fallacy? This gives you a moment to reflect instead of reacting. Test logical flow. Check whether the conclusion actually follows from the premises. Clarify and refine. If there's a fallacy, reframe the argument to remove the error. Here's an example. Someone says, if we don't adopt this new technology, we'll fail next year. That's a slippery slope fallacy. Using the fallacy filter, you might respond, let's evaluate the specific risks and benefits of this technology before jumping to conclusions. It's like being the calm voice of reason in a sea of overreactions. Who doesn't want to be that person? So, there you have it. We explored formal and informal fallacies, discussed why they matter in business, and introduced the fallacy filter to help you outsmart them. Here's your challenge. At your next meeting, listen carefully. spot the fallacies, name them, and if you're feeling bold, call them out. It's like catching someone with their hand in the logic cookie jar. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a colleague who could use some fallacy-free thinking. Thanks for tuning in to Fallaciously Speaking. Until next time, stay logical, stay productive, and don't forget to have a little fun along the way.